everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're going to be jumping into a future that's closer than you think.
Ooh, closer than we think.
I know, right? We're talking the world of humanoid robots in 2025.
Sounds pretty futuristic to me.
Yeah, well, you know what's really cool is that you guys are amazing listeners. Send us a really interesting mix of sources on this.
Oh, wow. What kind of sources?
We've got articles from CNET Bro Bible, some industry reports from A-Invest in Tweaktown.
Okay, so like a good mix of like the techie stuff and then the more mainstream.
Yeah, exactly. And then to top it all off, we even have a YouTube video from AI News that kind of gives us a peek at what's coming down the pipeline.
I always love when we get a video in the mix.
Me too. Videos are just so cool because you get to see it in action.
Exactly.
So today we're going to cut through all the hype.
Yes, please.
I know there's a lot of hype with robots,
Always.
but we're going to bring you the most interesting insights from these sources.
I'm ready.
Okay, so we're going to explore the trends that are shaping this field. Like, what's making this happen now?
Okay.
We're going to meet the major players, like who are the big companies, who are the startups.
Right.
And we're going to look at what it all means for you.
That's the most important part.
Exactly. And just a heads up, some of this is like straight out of science fiction,
Oh, I love that.
but it's actually happening.
So cool. All right. I'm ready to dive in.
Okay, one thing that jumps out right away from these sources
Yeah.
is that 2025 is predicted to be huge for humanoid robots, like a real turning point.
Huge. Like, how?
Like CNET even calls it a banner year.
Wow, a banner year.
I know, right? With lots of competition and real-world testing.
So it's not just like happening in the labs anymore.
Exactly. Like they're actually putting these robots out in the world and seeing what they can do.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it is. But
Yeah.
why now? Like, what's driving this sudden surge in humanoid robots?
Well, it's not just about better hardware. Like, we're seeing massive leaps in artificial intelligence.
Oh, so the AI is catching up.
Yeah. Especially in areas like machine learning and computer vision.
So, like, basically, AI is getting much better at understanding the real world and interacting with it, which is essential for humanoid robots.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
It's like the brains are catching up with the brawn.
Oh, I like that. The brains and the brawn. Because I remember reading in that Bro Bible article that thousands of these AI-powered robots are expected to enter workplaces and homes just this year.
Wow. Thousands.
I know, right? That's a lot of robots. That's a pretty bold statement.
It is a bold statement, but I think with those advancements in AI, it's becoming increasingly possible.
Okay, so these robots aren't just like pre-programmed to do certain things anymore.
Right.
They can learn and adapt.
Exactly. Imagine robots that can not only perform tasks, but can learn and adapt to new situations.
Really,
That's a game changer.
for like everything.
Pretty much. Yeah, industries like manufacturing, logistics, even healthcare.
Okay, so we've got the why now figured out.
Okay.
But who are the companies that are leading the charge in this robotic revolution?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah, because it seems like every source mentions a whole bunch of different players.
It's a very crowded field.
It is.
So we've got the big names like Boston Dynamics, who are known for their super athletic robots,
Oh, yeah.
like that new electric Atlas.
I've seen videos of that thing. It's incredible.
It moves with incredible agility and precision, almost like a human athlete.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
But it also looked incredibly expensive.
Yes.
Probably not something I could afford anytime soon.
Not something most people could afford.
Exactly.
So that's where companies like Unitree come in.
Okay.
They're focusing on making humanoid robots more accessible and affordable.
Oh, that's great.
Their GX robot starts at $16,000.
Oh, wow. That's still a lot, but
It's still a significant investment.
way less than those Boston Dynamics robots.
Exactly,
Yeah.
a fraction of the cost.
Okay, so we've got like the high-end performance robots.
Right.
And then we've got these more budget-friendly options.
Yes.
What other strategies are companies using to stand out in this competitive landscape?
Well, some are focusing on partnerships.
Okay, partnerships.
Yeah. For example, Figure is working with NVIDIA.
NVIDIA, the AI powerhouse.
Exactly, to develop advanced AI for their robots, and they're already testing them in a BMW factory.
Wow, so they're going straight for like industrial applications.
Exactly. And then Agility Robotics is doing something similar with OpenAI testing their robots in Amazon facilities.
So they're going for logistics.
Yeah.
Okay, so partnerships make sense.
Yeah.
Like each company brings their expertise to the table to accelerate development.
Exactly.
Speaking of expertise, one company that keeps popping up in these sources is NVIDIA.
NVIDIA.
Yeah.
They're a major player in artificial intelligence.
Especially with their GPUs.
Yes. Those graphics processing units that are used to train AI systems.
And now they're making a big bet on robotics as their next big growth area.
It seems so.
Both the A-Invest and the Tweetown articles mention NVIDIA's plans for their Jetson Thor chip.
Jetson Thor.
Yeah, and this chip is designed specifically for humanoid robots.
Mm.
And they're not shy about claiming that it's going to revolutionize the field.
Really?
Yeah, they're calling it the ChatGPT moment for robotics.
Oh, wow. Comparing it to ChatGPT.
I know, right? Like they're saying that it's going to have the same kind of impact that ChatGPT had on language models.
So basically, they're saying that Jetson Thor will enable a whole new level of intelligence and capability in humanoid robots.
That's what they're saying, yeah.
Okay, I'm officially intrigued.
Me too.
Oh.
What makes this Jetson Thor chip so special? Is it just about raw processing power?
Well, it's more than that. Jetson Thor is designed to handle all those complex computations needed for a humanoid robot to operate in the real world.
Right.
It's like having a mini supercomputer dedicated to powering the robot's brain.
Oh, a mini supercomputer.
Yeah, and get this, it's designed with a functional safety
A
processor,
functional safety processor.
meaning it's built to prevent malfunctions and ensure that the robot operates safely.
Oh, that's important.
Extremely important, especially when you have machines working alongside humans.
Yeah, you don't want any robot uprisings.
Exactly.
So they've got safety built right into the chip.
Right into the chip.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
It also has other interesting features, like a ton of bandwidth for data transfer.
So it's like top of the line everything?
Yes. But what's really exciting is that NVIDIA isn't just offering a chip.
What else are they offering?
They're creating a complete ecosystem for robotics development, including software for training robots in virtual environments.
Okay. Creating robots in virtual environments.
Yeah.
That sounds like something out of a movie.
It might sound like it, but it's a key part of the robotics revolution.
Okay.
Think about it. You can expose a robot to countless scenarios in a virtual world, things that would be too dangerous or time-consuming to test in the real world.
Oh, that makes sense.
This virtual training allows robots to learn much faster and adapt to a wider range of situations.
So it's like giving robots a crash course in real-world experience before they even step foot outside of the lab.
Exactly.
That's brilliant.
And speaking of impressive real-world capabilities, that YouTube video you mentioned showcased a robot called the Matrix 1.
Oh, yeah?
And its abilities were pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah, it was like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it was right there in front of us.
It had computer vision voice interaction, it could learn on the fly, and it had incredibly dexterous hands.
It was amazing.
It really shows how far robotics has come. The Matrix 1 is like a glimpse into a future where robots are no longer just tools, but capable assistants that can help us with a wide range of tasks, from cleaning and cooking to...
It's very exciting, but I have to admit, it's also a bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like, if these robots are becoming so capable, what does that mean for human workers?
That's a question that's on a lot of people's minds.
For sure.
And while it's true that robots are increasingly capable of performing human-level tasks, it's important to remember they still have limitations.
Oh, thank goodness.
Right.
What are some of these limitations?
Well, for one, even the most advanced robotic hands still fall short of the versatility and dexterity of human hands.
Okay.
They can be incredibly precise, but they lack that adaptability and fine motor control that we humans take for granted.
That's true.
Our hands are pretty amazing when you think about all the things we do with them.
Right. From like threading a needle to swinging a hammer.
Exactly. Human hands are incredibly complex and versatile. And while robotic hands are getting better all the time, there's still a significant gap between the two.
So it seems like the future of robotics isn't necessarily about robots replacing humans entirely.
No.
It's about humans and robots working together,
Yeah.
each leveraging their own unique strengths.
I think that's a great way to put it. It's about collaboration, not replacement.
Collaboration.
Yeah. And it's about understanding both the capabilities and the limitations of this technology.
That's a good point.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground here. We've explored why 2025 is a pivotal year for humanoid robots. We met some of the key players driving this revolution and even glimpsed into the mind-blowing AI that's powering these machines.
It's been a wild ride.
But there's so much more to uncover.
Well, there is.
Oh, yeah. In the next part of our deep dive, we'll delve deeper into the specific capabilities and limitations of these robots, explore some real-world examples, and discuss what this all means for the future of work and our daily lives.
I can't wait. Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of humanoid robots. Before the break, we were talking about the incredible advancements in AI.
Yeah, and the potential impact these robots could have on various industries.
And we touched on those concerns about robots replacing human workers.
Yeah, it's a topic that comes up a lot, especially as these machines become more sophisticated.
It definitely makes you think about the future of work.
Right.
If robots can perform tasks that were once exclusive to humans, what does that mean for our jobs?
It's a valid question, but instead of viewing robots as a threat, I think it's more helpful to see them as tools that can augment human capabilities and free us up to focus on more creative, strategic, and interpersonal tasks.
So it's not about robots versus humans.
No,
It's about robots and humans working together.
exactly. It's about finding the right balance and leveraging the strengths of both.
Okay, I like that.
For example, in manufacturing, robots could handle repetitive and physically demanding tasks, while humans oversee the process, make decisions, and ensure quality control.
Okay, so basically like robots taking care of the heavy lifting, so humans can focus on the things that require uniquely human skills.
Exactly.
Problem solving, creativity, critical thinking.
Precisely. And this shift towards human-centered skills will likely require some adjustments in our education and training system.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, we need to equip future generations with the tools and knowledge they'll need to thrive in a world where automation is increasingly prevalent.
So it's almost like we need to become more human in the face of increasing automation.
I like that.
Instead of trying to compete with robots on tasks that they can do more efficiently, we need to focus on developing the skills that make us uniquely human.
I love that perspective. It's not about becoming obsolete. It's about evolving and adapting to the changing landscape of work.
And it's about recognizing that human ingenuity and creativity will always be valuable,
Always.
even in a world filled with robots.
Well said. Okay, so we've talked about the big picture implications for the workforce.
Right.
Now let's zoom in on some specific examples of companies that are developing and deploying humanoid robots today.
Ooh, yeah, let's get into some specifics.
Remember Aptronic, the company that was mentioned in that Bro Bible article?
Yeah.
They're developing a humanoid robot called Apollo that's specifically designed to assist with tasks in industrial settings like manufacturing and logistics.
Right, and they were testing it in those Mercedes-Benz facility.
Exactly. It's less about creating robots that can do backflips and more about developing robots that can solve real-world problems.
Yeah, make work easier, safer, and more efficient for humans.
Exactly. And it seems like Aptronic isn't alone in this focus on practical application.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that article from the Robot Report?
The one about Fourier.
That's the one. They've already delivered over 100 humanoid robots to various industries.
Wow.
It seems like there's a growing demand for robots that can handle tasks that are either too dangerous or too repetitive for humans.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then there's 1X, the company developing robots for the home.
Oh, right. The Herm robots.
I remember reading that they want to create robots that can help with tasks like organizing, cleaning, even doing the dishes.
Okay, now that's something I could definitely get behind.
Right. Who wouldn't want a little extra help around the house?
Seriously.
It's fascinating to think about how these robots might change our daily lives.
Yeah, it really is.
Will they simply be tools to make our lives easier, or will they become something more? Will we form bonds with them?
Those are some big questions. I guess only time will tell. But it's clear that humanoid robots are moving beyond the realm of science fiction and into our homes and workplaces.
Absolutely. And as we move forward, it's important to remember that these robots are still machines.
Right.
They're tools that we create and control.
We're in charge.
Exactly. It's up to us to ensure that they're used in ways that benefit humanity.
Okay, so we've talked about the workforce implications and some real-world examples.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, what are some of the key advancements in technology that are driving this robotic revolution? Like, what's making these robots so capable?
Well, we've already touched on the importance of artificial intelligence, especially in areas like machine learning, computer vision, and natural language processing.
Right. AI.
These technologies are the brains behind these robots, allowing them to perceive their environment, make decisions, and interact with humans in increasingly sophisticated ways.
And these AI systems are evolving at an incredible pace.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that YouTube video we talked about earlier, the one with the Matrix 1 robot?
Yeah.
It mentioned that the robot was trained on a massive data set and could process an insane amount of information.
Right. The amount of data these systems can handle is truly mind-boggling.
It's crazy.
But it's not just about raw data. The algorithms are also getting smarter.
Smarter.
Yeah. They're becoming better at identifying patterns, making predictions, and learning from experience.
So it's like These robots are constantly learning and getting smarter.
All the time.
But I also remember those articles from A-Invest and Tweaktown mentioning the importance of training robots in virtual environments.
Oh, yeah.
Can you explain why that's so important?
Think of it like a flight simulator for pilots.
Okay, a flight simulator.
Instead of putting a robot straight into a real-world situation, you can train it in a virtual environment where it can encounter all sorts of scenarios without any real-world consequences.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's a safe and efficient way to teach robots how to navigate complex environments and handle unexpected situations.
So it's like giving the robots a virtual crash course in real-world experience
Yeah.
before they ever set foot outside the lab.
Exactly. And this virtual training is a crucial part of the robotics revolution. It allows developers to test and refine robots in a controlled environment, which speeds up development and ensures greater safety.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So we've got the incredible advancements in AI
Yes.
and the ability to train robots in virtual environments.
Right.
What other technological advancements are pushing the boundaries of what's possible in robotics?
Well, the field of robotic manipulation is incredibly exciting.
Robotic manipulation.
Yeah. We've talked about the impressive dexterity of the DEX H13 Gen 2 hand, but there are other advancements worth noting.
Like what?
Scientists and engineers are constantly developing new materials, designs, and control algorithms to give robots a more human-like touch.
Oh, wow. A human-like touch.
Yeah. Some researchers are even taking inspiration from nature.
From nature.
Yeah. For example, they're studying how geckos cling to surfaces using tiny hairs called setae.
Oh, wow, I've heard of that.
This research could lead to the development of robotic grippers with incredible gripping power.
So robots might one day have gecko-like gripping abilities.
That's definitely a possibility. And then there's the field of soft robotics, which uses flexible materials that can adapt to different shapes and textures.
Soft robotics.
Yeah. Imagine robots with hands that can gently pick up a fragile object like an egg or mold themselves to grasp irregularly shaped objects.
Whoa, that's amazing.
It is. It's incredible to think about the possibilities.
I know.
But with all these advancements, are there any areas where robots still fall short?
That's a good question.
One area that continues to challenge researchers is the development of truly adaptable and dexterous robotic hands.
Oh, really?
While robots can be programmed to perform specific tasks with incredible precision, they often struggle with tasks that require improvisation, fine motor control, and the ability to adapt to unexpected variations.
Like that scene in the YouTube video where the Matrix 1 robot was trying to pick up a delicate flower.
Yes, exactly.
It seemed to struggle with the task as if it was trying to figure out the right amount of pressure to apply.
That moment really highlighted the difference between programmed precision and true dexterity.
Right.
Human hands can instinctively adjust their grip pressure and movement based on the object and the situation.
We just do it without thinking.
Right. Robots are still learning to do that.
So it seems like there's still a long way to go before robots can truly replicate the complexity and versatility of human hands.
Absolutely. But the progress being made is remarkable.
It is.
And who knows, maybe one day robots will even surpass human capabilities in certain areas.
That's a little scary, but also kind of exciting.
Yeah,
We've covered a lot of ground in this part of our deep dive.
we have.
We've talked about the impact of humanoid robots on the workforce, explored some real-world examples of companies developing and deploying these machines, and delved into the technological advancements that are driving this revolution.
And we've touched on some of the limitations of current technology, reminding ourselves that robots are tools that we create and control. They have the potential to be incredibly powerful and beneficial, but it's up to us to ensure they're used responsibly and ethically.
I couldn't agree more. But before we wrap up this episode, there's one more topic I'd like to explore. It's something that was mentioned in that YouTube video, and it really caught my attention. It's called text-to-CAD.
Yes, that was a fascinating development.
Oh, no, right?
It's essentially a technology that allows anyone to create 3D models using natural language.
Well,
You simply describe the object you want to create, and the software generates a CAD file for you.
that sounds incredible. It's like having a personal design assistant that can translate your ideas into digital blueprints.
Exactly.
But how does this relate to robotics?
Well, imagine being able to design and build custom robots or robotic components simply by describing what you need.
Oh, wow.
It could revolutionize the way we design and manufacture robots, making it much faster, easier, and more accessible.
So this technology could democratize robotics, allowing individuals and small businesses to create their own custom robots.
Exactly.
That's a game changer.
It is, and it's just one example of how advancements in AI and robotics are converging to create a future that's full of possibilities.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today. From the rise of AI-powered humanoid robots to the potential impact on the workforce and the mind-blowing advancements in areas like robotic manipulation and text-to-CAD, it's clear that we're living in a time of incredible technological change.
We are.
But as we move forward, it's crucial to remember that these technologies are tools. It's up to us to ensure they're used in ways that benefit humanity and create a better future for all.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive.
Already?
Yeah, but the conversation doesn't end here.
That's true.
I encourage you to continue exploring this fascinating field, to ask questions, to challenge assumptions, and to imagine the possibilities.
Well said. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of humanoid robots. We hope you found it insightful, thought-provoking, and maybe even a little bit inspiring. Until next time, keep exploring. Welcome back to the deep dive. In the previous parts, we explored this exciting world of humanoid robots.
Yeah, all the companies that are kind of leading the charge.
And the technology that's powering these incredible machines.
It's been a really interesting conversation so far.
It has. And as we wrap up this deep dive, I think it's important to step back and kind of consider the bigger picture.
Okay, the bigger picture.
Like, what does the rise of humanoid robots really mean for us as a society?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is, and it's a question we can't ignore.
Definitely not.
Because as these robots become more integrated into our lives, they're going to shape our world in some pretty profound ways.
Absolutely. It's almost like we're on the cusp of a new era.
A new era.
One where humans and robots coexist and collaborate in ways that we're only just beginning to imagine.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
It really is. And as with any major technological shift, there are going to be challenges to navigate and questions to answer.
Oh, for sure.
One question that keeps coming up is the impact on human connection.
Human connection?
Yeah, like, will these robots enhance our relationships, or will they create further isolation?
That's a good question.
You know, we've already seen how technology can sometimes lead to social isolation.
Yeah, people spend more time interacting with screens than with each other.
Exactly. So it makes you wonder,
It does.
if robots become increasingly commonplace in our homes and workplaces, will we start to prefer their companionship over human interaction?
I mean, they're programmed to be pretty agreeable.
Right.
They don't talk back as much.
Exactly. It's a possibility we need to consider. But I also think it's important to remember that technology is a tool.
Okay, a tool.
And it's up to us to use it in ways that benefit our lives and strengthen our connections with each other.
So it's not about fearing the technology itself.
Right.
It's about being mindful of how we use it.
Being mindful.
We need to ensure that robots are enhancing our lives, not diminishing them.
Well said. And this brings us to another important point.
Okay.
The need for thoughtful design and development.
What do you mean by that?
Well, as we're creating these incredibly sophisticated robots, we need to be mindful of the values that we're embedding in them.
Oh, okay.
Are we designing them to be helpful and compassionate, or are we just prioritizing efficiency and productivity above all else?
That's a really crucial point. It's not enough to just create robots that can perform tasks.
Right.
We need to make sure that they're aligned with our human values.
Our human values.
And that they're actually contributing positively to society.
Contributing positively to society.
Exactly.
And this requires collaboration.
Collaboration.
Between engineers, designers, ethicists, and even artists.
Wow, so it's not just a tech problem.
No, it's a human problem.
We need to think holistically about the role of robots in our lives and design them in ways that benefit everyone.
Beautifully said. It's like we're writing a new chapter in human history.
A new chapter.
And we have the opportunity to shape it for the better.
And as we write this new chapter, I think it's crucial to emphasize education and open dialogue.
Education and open dialogue.
Why is that so important?
Because the more we understand about these technologies, the better equipped we'll be to make informed decisions about their development and their use.
Right. We don't want to just be blindly following whatever happens.
Exactly. We need to move beyond the hype and the fear-mongering.
Right.
And engage in nuanced, informed conversations about the future that we want to create.
We all need to be part of this conversation.
Everyone. We need to demystify robotics and AI, make this knowledge accessible to everyone, and encourage open dialogue about the potential benefits and the challenges.
I completely agree. The future of robotics is not something that should be decided by a select few.
Right.
It's something that we all need to shape together as a society.
I think that's a great place to end this conversation.
I agree. This has been an incredible deep dive.
It
We explore the cutting-edge technology, the potential impact on the workforce, and these profound societal implications.
There's lots to think about.
There is. What are your final thoughts as we wrap up this episode?
Well, for me, the biggest takeaway is that we're standing at a crossroads.
A crossroads.
Yeah, the rise of humanoid robots presents both incredible opportunities and significant challenges.
It's true.
It's up to us to choose a path that leads to a future where these technologies enhance our lives, empower us to reach our full potential, and create a more equitable and just world for all.
Beautifully said. I think that's the perfect note to end on. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of humanoid robots. We hope you found it insightful, thought-provoking, and maybe even a little bit inspiring. Until next time, keep exploring.